Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs, the Gray, and Gray editions. My name is Jeffrey Davis. I'm the host of the show. And our next guest, thanks to your restaurant group, is Jim Fisher, Managing Principal of Triumph Revenue Advisor. So tell us about Triumph.
So I should really talk about why I relate to entrepreneurs. I mean, one of the reasons is because I started my own consulting business about 7 years ago. So I've been an entrepreneur for 7 years. And I know what it's like. I think what I can bring to my clients, my entrepreneur clients, frankly, is just that I've got this experience. Started with strategic analytical packaged goods companies like General Mills and Campbell's and SC Johnson and people like that. And then after working with McDonald's, I went to Pizza Hut and started managing their national advertising and marketing campaigns. But the point is, from that, I mean, the process of marketing and building your customer base and working with customers is really the same. Whether it's a major corporation or a smaller one-unit restaurant or a restaurant chain, it really doesn't matter. And what excites me is I feel like I can bring those insights from the larger companies down to, frankly, a more wieldy management team or CEO. And I think the other thing that I really respond to is that in some ways I think it's easier, it's not easy, but it's easier to be a CEO of a Pizza Hut or even a Cracker Barrel or whatever because you have all these resources. Whereas, what I relate to is the individual guy who's sitting there, like me, frankly, trying to build his business. And he doesn't have all those resources. He's got to make, he's got to make a lot of decisions. He can't go just do this and this. In fact, so I think in some ways the pressure is greater on him. I think it's a bigger part of his personal life that he has to deal with. So if I can help that process, if I can help that commitment that they have to go through in any way, it's really joyful.
But just to keep driving down to a more macro level, you're doing branding work, strategy work?
Yes, I've worked across the board. Specifically in terms of my consulting business, I worked with Regina's Pizzeria, and based on a new strategy, a new brand, right? We redid their website. I worked with Not Your Average Joe's on a real micro level and took their brand persona, so to speak, but used it in terms of developing 3 different restaurants, which were when they had 15 restaurants back then. They were at the bottom of the heap, so to speak, and pushed them up to like the top 5 in 3 or 4 months. So that's very small, very local types of things. So there's a range. I have a client in Canada where I worked with them for about 3 years, and I started working with them on a very high level, if you will, management focus, strategy, what's the company doing, how are we going to get there kind of a thing.
Did you do this all by yourself?
Yes, because for me, the excitement is in being able to deliver these things, right? And work directly with people. If I need to, well, let me go back. For instance, Regina's Pizzeria. I brought in somebody who could do the web design. I don't do that.
Right, you don't do that
I don't do
technical
social
stuff.
media. I helped Expectation with their social media program strategy. Who do they want to use? What are they going to do? What are they going to talk about? But I don't do that. I bring in an outside source to do that. So I have a long list of outside suppliers that can help whenever I need it.
For someone who wants to know about really building a brand that works,
Right.
a personality that works for them
Right.
in the marketplace, how would people find you?
I have a website called Triumph Revenue Advisors. My email is jfisher@triumphra.com, and I'm there.